Hey, this is Joe Crump. I wanted to tell you about a brand new feature in the Automarketer that allows you to send out snail mail, send out postcards, self-mailers, letters with envelopes that will ask people to sell you their homes. And I'm going to show you how it works because it's completely automated. You can send out as few as one letter or postcard or as many as thousands and thousands if you choose to do that. It also will send them directly to leads that you have in the system, or will allow you to upload leads that you'd like to send to, and then follow up with those leads in the CRM in the lead management system inside the system. So let me walk you quickly, quickly through how the process works, so you can see what's doing. So I'm going to just create a new job. I'm in the Send Snail Mail section. And it's just a three-step process that you go through. You want to give a name to the particular campaign that you're doing, so let's just call this test. And you want to put in a phone number. I suggest that you use a phone number that you've purchased within the Automarketer in the phone system. If you do that, when people call in, they'll call in to the Automarketer, and it'll keep track of the people in the CRM that have called. It'll make a note that they've called you, and if you already have a lead in here that you're sending out to, let's say you're scraping Zillow and you're sending out to those addresses, it'll be able to recognize the property, and it'll recognize the seller and all that information. But you can use any phone number that you like here. I just suggest that you use one that's inside the system. The system will also plug in your return address, and you can modify this if you like. And then if you scroll down below, you'll see there's a bunch of different postcards and different templates that you can use. Postcards, letters, self-mailers that you can use. Just to get a quick preview, here's a 5x8 postcard. And if you see here, this merges in the name of the lead and merges in your name, the investor's first name and last name. It'll also put in the information about your email and phone number so that they can get back with you as well. So these postcards are all set up to merge that information in. As soon as you hit send, it's going to start sending out postcards for you with that data in it. You can also see how much it's going to cost to send out these postcards by clicking on View Cost Estimate. And this shows you how much it costs per postcard depending on the amount that you send out. So there's a discount if you send out more of them. And these are the large postcards costs. The small postcards cost less. The envelopes cost a little bit more. There's a lot of different options here, everything from the yellow letter type of postcards to flyers, self-mailers that fold up and send with an address on them, to yellow postcards. We've done things that the main purpose of the postcard is the message, not necessarily that it has a beautiful graphic design on it. We want them to grab their attention based on what we're trying to accomplish, rather than having them think that this is a beautiful design. That's not the purpose of sending out postcards, and your response rate is going to be higher on these types of cards than it would be on a design that just has a picture of their cat or something like that. So once you do that, you want to select the postcard you want to send to. Have this information in. Go to step 2. And now you can upload a CSV file, a comma-separated variable file. This is an Excel type of file. And you can upload a file that you do just a one-time mailing to, or you can go into your search leads, and you can use the leads that have been scraped from Zillow, or any leads that you've already uploaded, you can send out as well. And if you'd like to upload additional leads, let's say you have absentee owners that you'd like to send to, or you have expired listing leads that you'd like to send to, you can go to the Lead Management tab, and you can click on Import Leads, and it'll put them into the CRM. If you put them in, if you upload them here, it'll just be sent out one time. If you want them to be in your database, then you go to Lead Management and put them in. You can also send a test job out to yourself if you like, if you just want to see what it looks like when it's being sent to you. Or you can send out one postcard using this function as well. Most of the time you'll probably be using the search lead function. So you can search your leads any way you like. And when you search your leads in your system, it's going to check to make sure that it's an address that's deliverable. So it'll go in and check with the U.S. Postal Service automatically and determine whether or not that address is real. And you can do it manually by clicking on Verify Address, and it'll tell you, yes, this is a valid address, we can really send to these people. Or you can look at this, and if I want to reword the way it's written, or if I want to add a name on a lead that's not there, I can hit Update Address, and it'll allow me to enter that information, first name and last name, or I can modify the way the address is showing. Even if you don't manually validate these addresses, the system will validate them all before it sends them to the company that will actually do the mailing for you. So it won't send out any duplicates, and it won't send out mail that can't be sent out because there's no real address, or it's an invalid address. One of the things I wanted to make sure happened when we built this system was to make sure that it doesn't send out, 5 different postcards, identical postcards to the same people. I know that as a real estate investor, I have a lot of properties, and I get absentee owner postcards every day, sometimes multiples in the same day from the same person, because they're sending them to me since I have several properties under the same company, they're going to send them all to me on the same day to that same address, to that same company, and all I needed really was one to throw away because I keep my properties. But so you only want to send out one postcard per person. So our system is set up so it doesn't send out duplicates on the day that you're sending them out like this. Okay, so once you've picked the postcard you want and put the information in you want to be put on the postcard, you've picked the leads that you want, and then the last thing to do is to save and submit the job. The first thing you want to do, though, is calculate the job cost, and it'll actually go in, it'll figure out how much it's going to cost to send that campaign. And you can see there's 521 cards that are going to go out, and it's going to cost $464 to do this. It shows you what the postage and the printing cost, the cost per unit, the total cost on that type of deal. So now once that's done, I can either save and hold the job so that I can just come back to it later when I'm ready to submit it, or I can go ahead and submit it and it'll immediately send it out, and the next day it'll be printed and sent out from the service company that we use that does that. For now, I'll just save and hold the job. If you say submit the job, it's going to ask you, are you sure you want to be charged for this? And it will charge you your credit card for that amount. So that's it. It's really easy to use. The only other thing that I want to show you here, which is, I think nobody else has this, so I wanted to tell you about this as well, was that you can send out a series of postcards to a single or to either a single lead or to multiple leads by going into the follow-up campaign system and creating a follow-up campaign using these postcards and dripping on a particular lead with multiple postcards over time. So let's say I want to send a postcard to absentee owners over a 3-month period, and I want to send them one postcard a week for that 3-month period. I can set up a follow-up campaign to do that for me, and it'll just drip on that either one person or thousands of people, depending on how you set the system up. So it's a pretty cool thing to be able to have, which I haven't seen in any other system out there. And it also gives you lots of control over which ones that you want to do. Anyway, I hope you'll use this system. Thank you.